I'm gonna wait till Sadell go in a different room because he gonna start talking. Yeah, he gonna start talking. Come on, man, so I can knock this out. I'm already late. Season 4 episode. What episode am I on? Damn, I just did one. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy JusB, and welcome back to the JusB Show. It's People on the Rise, Season 4, Episode 18. Woo! Man, 18. What the heck happened to all the rest of the episodes? I don't know, man, but we almost done with Season 4. I hope y'all ready for what's coming next. Because after this season, you know what? Let me say this. I originally told y'all that we was going to have 5 seasons of People on the Rise. But I've had so many offers and opportunities to be able to do something greater than People on the Rise. And I was like, you know what? I'm riding with that. I'm taking it. So if you see an opportunity, jump at it. Jump at it. Because what's coming next is I don't know if y'all ready, but get ready. But today, I know y'all see this super swagged out fly guy right here, you feel me? I want y'all to give much love to my homeboy Keithen Polk, man. Thanks for coming to the show and tapping in with me, bro.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, real talk, man. Hey, he filled out the form. I probably seen it like a month later. I be trying to catch up, but I do get behind sometimes because I'm human. But as long as I get to you and we get it done, that's all that matter, man.
That's real.
Like we talked about before, man, and you told me you've seen the episodes, and I appreciate you for watching. Thank you.
Supporting.
It's interview style, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Okay. You don't got to answer them, but if you don't, the door right here, you might just go ahead and go home and let me go ahead and bring my little man right here on the interview, you feel me? So if you're ready to answer some questions, man, I'm ready to get started.
I'm ready, bro. Cool, I'm ready, man. Let's get it.
Man. So you know what? You're not an artist, so I normally be like, let's start out with your name. Where you got your name from? And I'm pretty sure you got your name from your parents. That only makes sense. So do us a favor and just tell them what you do as a professional, bro.
Yeah. So my name is Keithen Polk. Living here in Las Vegas. I'm a consultant for young men and men. So basically what I do is I go around and build up their overall presentation. I focus on 4 specific things, such as building their wardrobe, their mentality, their philanthropy, and their etiquette. Also, I'm a model, a travel agent, and I also am a sales rep for the nightclubs. Okay.
So yeah, you can probably you're gonna have to lock in with Chris Cash, man. He was one of the top promoters for Tao. Yeah, he was on the radio too, 97. Oh, for real? Yeah, that's who owns it. Chris Cash, Cashavelli.
Look, we just found out something today.
Yeah, he was a promoter, man, so that's dope. So I already know how that singing is. Yes. And I've had a lot of friends that do it as well. So let me ask you this. What made you want to get into the profession of helping young men and men?
Right. No, I mean, it all started like, 10 years ago, I would say. I actually presented this idea to like a CEO because I actually wanted to get a group of us young men together so that way we can go out and teach other men. Right. But at the time, I won't lie, I would consider myself young at the time. I was 20 years old. Right, yeah. And I wanted to, teach other men. And I knew I had a lot to teach myself. I still had to figure out who I was, and we kind of didn't do it, so I just put it on the back burner. Okay. And it didn't come to me because usually, like, when I'm doing it, like, I'm always trying to still inspire somebody. So anything I know, anything I've learned, anything I go through, whether it's bad or good, I still put it out there because I feel like we're all human.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You're relatable.
Exactly. And I feel like people need to see your successes and your downfalls so that way they can know that, you know what I mean, they could do the same thing. Correct. Regardless, because we're all human. Right. So it wasn't until the pandemic happened, everybody always told me, like, bro, you should do this. Like, my mom pushing me. She's always pushing me. Right. And I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I don't know if it's the right time. But I guess it's never a right time until you create that time, right? Yeah, true. So it happened during the pandemic, and I said, you know what? I always get asked, hey, bro, can you help me pick out this outfit to go out? Right. Pick out this outfit.
Yeah, because that's one of the questions I'm asking.
Pick out this, hey, bro, can you help me get this gift for my girl? Can you help me plan this? Right. And then I was like, oh, I don't even know what I would call it. So I just narrowed it down. I was like, I'm going to just be a consultant. Okay. But be a consultant in the areas that I'm really good at and just narrow that focus down so that way I can give young men and men better opportunities to pursue with their life and keep going and progressing within their personal or their career.
Right. Man, that's dope, man. Like, hey, yo, big shout out to you and everything you do.
Appreciate it.
If y'all looking for these services, make sure y'all, don't jump off the video yet. But at the end of it, make sure y'all go follow my boy so y'all can get all that love and get all that fashion sense. Because he over here looking suave. Man, I came in like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I need me a consultation. I definitely need me a consultation. So let me ask you this, man. Yeah. I know, you know, kids are, in my opinion, probably more willing to listen.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as having an adult trying to help them with something, teach them something, advise them.
Right.
But is it hard talking to other men about it? Like, hey, brother, you like that shirt just ain't working.
So I feel like it's like this when it comes to kids, you know, like when you're talking to a kid for so long, they don't really necessarily listen to you all the time unless somebody else tells them the same exact thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now when I talk to adults, it's like, it depends on where their level of openness is. Okay. So if I'm talking to my boy and I'm like, we're going out, and he's like, oh, well, bro, what should I wear? He's open to my suggestion. Okay. So it makes it easier. Yeah. And then when I'm talking to a kid, like my cousin came up, you know, he'll ask me questions, so he's more open to it. It gets a little hard when you're not open and you feel like you know everything, and then therefore we can't move any direction until you are ready to open yourself for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, hey, yo, that's pretty dope, man. That's respect. and you said you've only been doing this since the pandemic?
Correct, since the pandemic. But I've been doing it all my life.
Right.
But I just made it as a business during the pandemic.
Okay. So if I was to be one of your clients and I'm coming in and I'm like, yo, I need some help, like, how would you approach me? What would be your approach?
Yeah, so what I do is first I start off with like a 30-minute consultation just to get to know that person. Okay. See, and then I go through all their social media and figure out and create a profile about them. Okay. And then I'll ask them, okay, what are you looking for? Mm-hmm. What do you want to be? What's your goal? And what's the image that you want to be portrayed? Mm-hmm. And then what we'll do is I'll put all that into a catalog, into a presentation. And then now I'm thinking of stores in which I could take you. I'm going through your wardrobe, figuring out, okay, since you're trying to move in this direction, we can actually take this out and let's add this into it. Okay. So therefore, it's kind of like we're working together, because the whole purpose of it is I don't want you to be like me. I don't want you to be like the next person. Mm-hmm. I want you to be the next year.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. We definitely, I'm really interested for real.
Appreciate it.
You can ask everybody here at Cashavelli. Big shout out to my whole Cashavelli music squad. You feel me? I've been telling them like, yo, you know, I'm gonna switch up my style. I mean, you can ask anybody my whole life. They all know that I've always been interested in like switching up my style. You know, I like earth tone colors, shit like that. But because, you know, even though I'm real like, you know, bright, bubbly, and be having fun, I still like to, I'm 36, so I want to look my age. Right. You know, I want to look like a mature man, but still come off with the joyfulness, the funness, being excited, making people feel good about themselves. Exactly. Instead of looking like a damn kid, because I look young, you know what I mean? And I don't like looking like an 18. Got the baby face. Bro, I don't grow hair. This is the thickest it's going to get. My mustache get a little longer about right here. But
okay. Other than that, we can twirl a little bit.
Yeah,
right, cool.
But all that you got, bro, I wish. You know, on Halloween I had that when I take some female eyeliner and draw it on. But other than that, what you see is what you get. I got a baby face. So I figure I can't, of course if I had a beard, I could just, you know, rock my beard and it'll make me look a little older, a little more mature. Right. But I don't. So I be trying to do that in my wardrobe, you know, like me wearing this on the show is very different than how I'm normally on here. Right. With these Cashavelli hoodies, t-shirts, the JusB Show shit, you know what I mean? Right. And I wear that stuff because I'm branding. Right. I'm branding my team, branding my own stuff, and just trying to make it happen. But I do prefer to look more mature, you feel me? Right. So, do you only do young men and men? Only men?
So only men. The reason I did men was because women have a lot of programs. It's a lot of stuff for women. Yeah. Every time you go on social media, it's for women. Every time you go to church or somewhere, it's for women. Every time you go somewhere, it's for women. And they don't have a lot of stuff for men. Okay. And you know what I mean? And I realized, like, if we actually had that extra push when we were, like, coming out of high school, like, for a lot of us men, we probably would be more further in our life. Right. But when men, they just put us in a wildfire, we got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, all right, boom, go learn how to be a man. Like, and, like, right now in today's society, like, it's a lot of single mothers trying to raise men. Yeah. But they're only raising a man in which they want to be with, usually half of the time. Right. Because they're raising that person for a standard for them. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird in a sense, but at the end of the day, they're doing the best they can do. But they're raising gentlemen. Yeah. But I feel like, you know, it's when you have another man in your life, or you have guys in your life, or you have that mentorship in your life,
right,
it can push you onto another level, so that way you could become a better man of your own.
Yeah, I agree, and I always tell everybody that, man. Like, I actually went on a show on BU Radio. They have their network is here too in this plaza.
Okay.
And we were talking about can a woman raise a man? You feel me?
It's deep.
I feel like a woman can raise a man. You can raise a boy to an adulthood, to he's a grown man.
Right.
You feel me? But I feel like only a man can show a boy how to be a man.
Exactly.
You feel me? Because we know how it is firsthand. Now, not all males are men, grown or not.
You're right.
They're not.
You're right.
But the ones that are, I feel like can drop some real gems,
right,
and give that extra little push. You feel me? So I feel like it's a beautiful thing to have somebody like you in our Las Vegas community and every other community in the world that's providing that kind of backup plan, so to speak,
right,
for the young men out here, man. Because I'm big on that, helping the youth.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So besides clothing and all of that, you said, what else do you teach again?
Oh yeah, so I build their wardrobe, their mentality.
The mentality.
You know, like you said, like a lot of men aren't men.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out where your mentality is and how we can get you out of your normal comfort zone.
Right.
Because you only grow when you get out of your comfort zone.
Right. So would you consider that as almost like being a counselor as well?
Yeah, I consider like a counseling coach.
Okay.
Mentor.
Okay.
But it's kind of like working together. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not my job to tell you how you should be or how you should think. It's my job to open your mind so that way you can be open to other experiences and ideas.
Great.
So, like, for instance, like, if you're coming from a small city, you only know what that city is teaching you. And you're only building off of what you're seeing on TV and the media, and you don't really know until you actually leave. True. So, one thing I'll encourage you is, like, look, we need to get you out of this comfort zone. Right. We need to get you out of this. There's more to the world. There's more experience. There's more exposure. And when you actually go out, you're going to realize why people act a certain way. Right. Why this ethnicity is this way. Why they have this culture. Things like that you wouldn't normally get in your hometown.
Right. Yeah. Hey, I believe it too. Because when I left Vegas, I was like, I'm free. That's really how I felt, man. Yo, to all the youth out there, all my young men and the young ladies out there, if you have never, when you get older, let me say that, when you get older, go to college, leave Vegas, leave Nevada, go somewhere else, experience some stuff. You feel me? I agree. You definitely want to get out into the world because there's a lot more to life than just the Sin City. With all gambling and all the craziness. There's a lot more culture that you should that can definitely help you enhance everything about yourself as a person. So on People on the Rise, man, especially season 4, one of the things that I love to say, one of my biggest mentors, and he don't know he my mentor yet, is Will Smith. You feel me? Shout out Will. I'll get you in.
Yes, sir.
Boy.
Nah.
But, right. But he said something on one of his, when he went skydiving. Okay. He said, on the other side of fear is greatness. Right. If you can get past that fear, that fearful stage, that scary shit, at that point, ain't nothing holding you back.
You're right.
Now you can be great.
You're right.
You feel me? But we all have fears, in my opinion. We can all sit here, and I've had guests on here that said, yo, I don't fear anything. Bullshit. We all have a fear.
You're right.
It's what it is.
You're right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to walk into the freeway while cars are coming.
Because if you have fear,
because you're scared that you're going to get hit by a car.
Exactly.
We all have fear, you feel me? My fear is the unknown. You feel me? So what's one of your fears?
So that's actually a good question. My fear, me personally, is I fear what's to come for me. Okay. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, like when you got a goal. Right. You got a goal. You want that goal, but you don't know how to get to that goal. Yeah. So you're just trying to like figure it out, pick the pieces together. Right. But my fear is like, man, like, I'm scared to reach the goal, but on the other side, I really want this goal. Yeah. So it's kind of like a motivational tactic as well. Gotcha. And it's also like but it stops me as well because if I really, let's say it's like a group of guys over there, right? Okay. Before I even started the business, I really want to go talk to them. And I know I can encourage guys. Right. But I'm stopping myself in the track, so I'm like, why am I telling the wrong thing? Right. Instead of just going over there doing what I know what I can do and presenting that knowledge to them. So it kind of like, it goes with that hand in hand. Okay. So it's like, I fear my goals, but I'm also excited about the goals.
Right. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I think that happens with a lot of us entrepreneurs.
That's
you know
what
I mean? I've read that in a lot of books or heard it in a lot of seminars and just listening to like audio and stuff. And they always talk about that. You know, they always like, you know, you want it, but it's like you're scared to get it.
You're right.
It's like, what? Why are we scared? We want to be successful, but we're afraid. Like, we don't know what it's going to be like to be successful. So we kind of become our own worst enemies and kind of cripple ourselves to not get all the way to the success.
You're right.
And that, I feel like that's like a revolving door. Like, that's insanity.
You're right. You're right. It's hard.
You gotta
like
be insane to be entrepreneur.
You do.
Real
you
talk.
do. You really do.
Because you don't sleep. Make sure y'all do get sleep though. But you don't sleep. You know, your mind. We was just talking about this behind the scenes. Our minds never shut off. When we sleep, I think I dream about work. Yep. I think I dream about coming in here and doing interviews with amazing people every day. It's always going. I'm an idea hamster, bro. I always got ideas nonstop. I can't turn it off. That's and right. I know y'all deal with that as well because that's just what happens. But let me say this. You do have, no matter what, you have to find time. You have to find time for self. Self-love matters.
I agree with that.
You feel me? So what are some things that you do to take care of self besides being this super swag?
Yo, I got like a list of things that I actually do. So like if I'm feeling, can I get a piece of paper? No. So like if I'm feeling overwhelmed, first of all, like eating, I will go to a restaurant and eat, and that calms me down. I love going to the movies.
Okay.
Anything about the movies, something about the atmosphere that calms me down.
Right.
Traveling.
Okay. Yeah.
I have to get out. If I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I'm anxiety, things are rushing up, I'm booking a trip.
Okay.
I don't care if it's short, I don't care if it's far, I'm booking a trip because I need to surround myself with a new environment in order to get myself better. Yeah. So those are like the main three things. Like, so if you ever see me, like, I'm always at the movies. I go to the movies like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, bro.
That's a lot
I'm in the movies. And I'm traveling, like, I'm probably going like next week, Jamaica, then my birthday, then Tennessee, and then Dubai and stuff like that. So like, I'm constantly traveling, but I'm doing stuff that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. That's what gets me, you know what I mean, making me feel better. Right. Doing stuff that makes me happy. Right. Regardless if anybody else wants to do it or not, I will go and do it by myself.
Yeah, I feel
that's what makes it.
Yo, make sure y'all, do me a favor and just let us know what is your number one favorite thing to do to make sure that your self-love is taken care of, to make sure that you filling that cup up. Because we be pouring and pouring and pouring, but eventually this bottle will run out, ain't gonna be nothing left. You feel me? So you gotta always refill. So let us know in the comment section what's your favorite thing to do to make sure that you have self-care, self-love, and self-awareness. Right. You feel me? Make sure you let us know in the comment section right now. I gotta ask you, man, if you wasn't doing this, what the hell would you be doing?
So
curious.
Before I was doing all
that
No, it's actually crazy because like I try new things just to see if you like it and to see if I'm really good at it. But no, I do modeling. Okay. So modeling, and I'm a travel agent as well. So it kind of works hand in hand because these are two things that I love to do. Right. So if I wasn't doing consulting, I'll probably be still doing modeling, which I'm currently doing right now. But life is unknown sometimes. And you might just fall into something that you just really love and you just never expected it. Yeah. If I didn't do a consulting. But yeah, right now I'll just be modeling like
for sure. Yeah, no, I feel you. Because I never knew that I'd be on here doing this show. I really wouldn't. I didn't, bro. I took a leap of faith. Right. And I sat down and I had a conversation with a homie and it got a lot of views. Dang. I mean, not like millions, not even 100,000, not even hundreds probably. Right. But it was my first interview, May 15th. Big shout out to my homeboy Frank Rose. Real talk. He let me come into his home right at the beginning of the pandemic. No matter, nothing. Wow. And we just sat in there and we had a genuine conversation, man. It was pretty dope. Damn. But I never would have even processed that I'll be doing a show like this. I never had intentions to. But I did it and I love it. Right. I love doing this more than other companies. I come here. The end of my day, I'll be like, I'll be feeling like I'm on the JusB as a guest. It really makes me feel good to sit down with my talented friends and have these genuine conversations and just drop that knowledge in them gems and just push it out to the world. You feel me? Real talk. So one thing that I have been allowing people to do on here, bro, is ask me one question. One question. Okay. So if you can ask me any question, what would that question be?
So Just be.
Oh, shit.
Just be. If I can ask you one question, let me ask this.
Okay.
What type of legacy do you want to leave before you leave this earth?
That's a good question. Ooh, that's a good question. Y'all ain't asked me that one yet. That's a good question. You know what? Some of my favorite people in history is Malcolm. Malcolm X is my ultimate favorite guy in history.
Wow.
It's just everything about him. It's not even about what he was doing as a person. It was how he was doing it. You know, the vibes and the feelings that I got when I seen him stand on a podium and put his hand up and everybody shut up.
Right.
And then he moved this way and everybody moved. I was like, what?
That's a movement.
How did a human... Now, that's what you call a movement. That feeling right there is the feeling I want to leave on the world. You feel me? I want people to, when they hear JusB or Timothy Bradley, that's my name, ain't no secret. You know what I mean? I want them to be like, just get a vibrant feeling about them. Like, yo, JusB? Oh, man, that dude right there was a blessing.
Right.
You feel me? I want to be a blessing. I want to be a blessing to the world. That's the legacy I want to leave. I told you I do have family, but I don't have kids. I don't have a wife or anything like that. Right. So as of right now, bro, if I can just, if people say my name and feel good when they say it, that's all that matters. Literally.
Dang, bro, I'm getting chills already, bro. Like,
that's all that matters for me. Like, and let me say this, because I wanted to say this on the episode, so this is a perfect opportunity. Yes, I go by JusB. People think it's short for Justin or Junior. No, it's not short for nothing. It's JusB. Literally JusB. So when I tell people that JusB is, I go by that name, but JusB is not only my name. It works for everybody. JusB Keithen Polk. JusB Cashavelli Music. JusB an audience. JusB a doctor. JusB this. JusB that. Whatever you put after that, do it. Just be that, bro. And that's literally the only legacy I'm looking to leave. I tell people I'm not looking to be rich in my pockets.
Right.
I want to be rich in my mind. That's it.
That sound like a book, bro. That sound like a book. Look, I don't normally read books, but if he came out with a book like that, I promise you, I would
man, that's definitely.
Dang, that's man.
Yeah, real talk, man. So one of the last things, man, we starting to kind of come to the end and wrapping things up. One of the I want to ask you two more questions, actually. Okay. I think this is a big one, especially for the young men out there. When you were going through the transition from becoming a young man to a full-grown man, what was the hardest part about that for you?
Ooh. Dang, Jay, I wasn't even ready for that. Let's say this, like, I grew up with a single mother.
Okay.
I didn't really have male mentors in my life.
Me either.
Like, I learned from TV.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, for anybody that's like, I learned what I know from watching TV.
I learned from Midnight Love. My bad.
And then I learned from watching others. Yeah. So, like, growing up in high school and middle school, you know what I mean? I wasn't the most popular guy, but I noticed, okay, if they're doing this, my mindset was, I'm going to always just do the opposite.
Yeah.
So if he's doing this, I'm going to just do this. If he's doing this, I'm going to just do this. Right. Okay, that didn't work for him, so let me try this way. Right. That didn't work, let me try this way. So I just grew up with that mentality. And I knew in high school that this place in which I grew up was not for me.
Yeah.
In high school, I knew I needed to leave. Right. In high school, I didn't know how I was going to leave, but I knew I needed to leave. Right. And then so, like, I knew it was much more into the world. I just didn't know what was in the world. Right. So, like, me growing up, I put myself in certain situations in which I wanted to learn from. Like, I've never actually seen a successful marriage. So what did I do? When I left, I started hanging around people who was married. Hold on.
That was deep. He said, I've never seen a successful marriage, so... Damn.
Right, like, it's... My bad. Yeah, so, like, it's weird, but I've been to so many weddings. Right. But I've also seen so many divorces. Yeah. So I've actually never seen it. So what I do is I want to get married one day. So I have to surround myself with people who aren't married. Right. And then it's like, okay, I want to, if there's an income level I want to reach, I need to surround myself with these amount of people. And that's how I made this transition of being a man and finding out who I was and what I'm capable of doing. Right. And that was my journey. It's just, if I need to learn it, I place myself in it so I can learn it. And then, okay, now I utilize it.
Yeah.
I utilize it as a daily routine so that way it's embedded in me and I can make it somewhat of who I am.
Yeah, that's a great answer, man. And it's funny because it reminds me of myself a lot. Let me tell you a story quick.
Bro.
So I tend to do that, and y'all pay attention. If we did, I don't remember the struggles at all. I've always had everything. Right. Big shout out to you, Mom. I love you, girl. But yeah, she did her thing to make sure I was well taken care of. Right. But so she was a single mother too. I didn't have a father figure out things to learn. I chose the streets. The streets ain't choose me. I didn't know. The streets didn't choose me. But I wasn't really gangbanging like that to put out there. But just being around that world, streets.
Right.
I chose to be in the streets so that I can learn the streets.
Right.
You feel me? But in everything that I ever went through, that was negative. You feel me? People be like, "Oh, you just made bad choices." Yeah, on purpose. Literally.
That's deep. Because I don't usually hear that, right?
Yeah, I made bad choices on purpose.
Wow.
I made certain bad choices, all of them pretty much, on purpose, trusting that I was strong enough to get back out that situation.
Whoa.
But I knew that when I come out, I'm going to be way stronger than I was when I put myself into bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
We already established it's a book coming.
Yeah, but that's stuff that I do, man. You feel me? But we live and we learn and we keep going through everything. So obviously the last question is, for one, if you could give one piece of advice to young men and men, what would that piece of advice be, bro?
Whew, it's a lot of advices. If I can give one piece of advice to a man or a young man, this is what I would say. Be who you are and not what somebody else wants you to be.
Yeah.
That's what I will. Become who you want to become and don't allow somebody else to tell you who you should become.
Yeah.
Be who you are.
Yeah.
And stick to it. Find out what you like. Find out what you adore. Find out what you hate.
Yeah.
So therefore you have a balance within your life growing up every single day that you're on this earth.
Damn. Yeah, that was a deep one. That's crazy. I just watched the Gary V, one of his videos, and the dude he literally just told the dude, he was like, "Look, you love your parents, yeah? Well, you're not gonna love them if you only be what they want you to be. Be who you want to be, and that's real, yo. Always remember this, yo. Before I type out, just remember. You know what? Before I say that, let them know where they can find you, because I'm gonna go ahead."
So I have. You guys can find me on my website, www.total-guide.com. I'm also on Instagram at TheTotalGuy20, Facebook, The Total Guy, YouTube, The Total Guy. On there, you will find daily tips, daily aspirations, daily affirmations. That way you can build it in your life. And also on the website, you can always schedule a free one-on-one chat with me so that way we can help build what you want to become as well within your life.
I love it, man. Always remember this, y'all, before we tap out. My biggest piece of advice to you, I've said it once, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and it's this. Always remember, your imprint cannot be duplicated. It's one and done with us, baby. And last but not least, you know what we got to do. I need you to smile, laugh, and definitely motivate. Inspire one to inspire all. And you know what the last one is? Drop it!